And good morning. We welcome you back to the Lakeland Center. Today we crown 4 state champions in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals here at the Lakeland Center. First up, it's the Class 5A championship game. The Fort Lauderdale Dillard Panthers with a record of 25-4, and the Bartram Trail Bears out of St. Johns County in Northeast Florida with a record of 23-6. Marty Paulman, joined by the head coach at Northeast High School in St. Petersburg, Will White. Good to be with you, Coach. Good to be here for a championship day today, and we should have a lot of fun as we'll have 4 state champions today. And in this first game, Dillard High School, I know you know them well, used to be the coach at Boca Ciega. They're going to go for their 3rd straight state title today against Bartram Trail, making their first state championship game appearance.
Yeah, you definitely have a contrast in experience here. This is Dillard's 10th state final appearance, and it is Bartram Trail's first. But Bartram Trail's ready to go. They showed that in the semifinals against Rickards. They're ready to go, and it should be a great matchup.
Well, the starting lineups for the Bartram Trail Bears. Number 1, their 5'7" senior guard, Allie Mano. She had 28 points in their semifinal win over Tallahassee Rickards. Number 5, sophomore forward, 5'11", Sarah Ragland, who had a big game, 14 rebounds in the semifinals. Number 21, 5'8" senior guard, Melissa Coggins. Number 22, 5'11", sophomore guard, Madison French. And number 23, 5'8", freshman guard, Brooke Barlow, who had a good game, 13 in the semifinals, as Bartram Trail beat Rickards 67-47. And on the other side for the Dillard Panthers, who come in at 25-4, coached by Marcia Pender. Number 10, a post player, Shatoria Baker, 5'6" senior, who had 17 points in the semifinal win over Lakewood, 57-42. Number 11, 5'3" junior guard, Jessica Jones. Number 12, 5'6" junior guard, Shakoria Clayton. Number 31, 6'6" senior forward, Macy Keene. And number 34, a 5'10" junior forward, Kayla Wright. And Dillard, as we know, we've talked about this before, but we'll bring it up. Marcia Pender, the longtime coach at Dillard, over 900 wins as a coach. 903, in fact. Her 36th year, and she's a legend in high school basketball throughout the state. And a reminder, if you want to get DVDs of the state championship game or any game this week in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals, go to FHSAAsports.com. And as I turn to Will White, well, really, Coach, I know that you played this Dillard team a couple years ago in the state championship game. You made 3 straight appearances in the semifinals and then made the final in 2010 at Boca Ciega. What can we expect from this Dillard team today as they look for their 3rd consecutive state title?
They're going to be unrelenting. It's full court pressure, half court pressure, trapping, try to create a up-tempo offense. Their offense usually predicated on their defense. They just want to turn you over, get after it, baseline to baseline, and cause the tempo to go that way, and they're just be unrelenting.
And we talk about Coach Marcia Pender. Well, 900 wins is a lot of wins. Obviously, she's had plenty of successes. She's also won now 6 state titles at Dillard, and looking for her 3rd straight, which would be a new record for this Dillard team. They won in 1980 and 82 as well under Coach Pender, and then in 2004 and 05. So they've gone back-to-back before, but now a chance for their first three-peat, you can say, as state champs.
When I heard that was one of their goals, you can just tell that, Coach knows what she's doing. She's been around so long. You have to have something to motivate your team. Back-to-back, hey, you've done that. So let's give them a little incentive. Hey, guys, I've coached for 35 years, but we've never done 3. You always want to make your team feel special, like they could do something, even if they've accomplished something already. So, that was a great chip on your shoulder start. So that's where she does a really good job.
Now on the Bartram Trail side, a team that was last year in 2005. They haven't been to the semis at least in 7 years. They lost to Dillard, in fact, in the 5A semifinal back then, and Dillard won the state title that year. And Bartram Trail won for the first time the state semifinals against Tallahassee Rickards on Thursday by 20. So they're making their first state final appearance under Coach Ben Wendell, who's in his 5th season. And he's done a good job, 107 wins, now 108 wins, 35 losses. And I believe I have a discrepancy. One place that says Coach Pender has 802, and one says 902.
I think it's 803.
I think it's 803. You're correct. So we'll go with that. I apologize. We have
what's 100 wins when you're pushing 1,000?
When you're right, exactly. When you're up in Bob Knight, Mike Krzyzewski, Dean Smith territory, right? That's and Pat Summit, for that matter, is the opening tip won by Dillard. And this is Baker, and she tried to get it around with Coria Clayton, knocked out of bounds by Madison French, and it will be Dillard ball as they are wearing the blue uniforms with the white letters and numeral silver trim and the white stripes. And Bartram Trail wearing the kind of the opposite of the white uniforms with the blue letters and numerals. As throwing the ball in from about 10 feet is Baker. She hits the shot. And it's an early 2-0 lead for Dillard. And quickly across half court, Coggins swings it underneath the French, who hits the bottom of the basket, but she's fouled. And Madison French will shoot 2. We have our first foul of the game on the Dillard Panthers.
Yeah, Baker already scoring here. She had 6 3-pointers in the semifinals. And this is a tough place to shoot the 3 sometimes, but, man, it didn't affect her at all. I think she went 6 of 7.
5 of 7 and 6 of 8 from the floor, 17 points. Amber Hanna off the bench had 17. She had 3 threes in the 57-42 win over Lakewood in the semis as Madison French hits the first free throw. Dillard led throughout that game, led by 8 at the half, and then pulled away to win by 15 for Bartram Trail. They pulled away. They were up 3 going into the fourth quarter against Rickards and outscored Rickards 24-7 to win 67-47 as French hits both free throws. Dillard was the champs of District 16 and Region 4. Their road to Lakeland. They beat Jensen Beach 58-17. American Heritage out of Plantation 65-53. Estero 71-33. There's a turnover. Ragland takes it away. I guess a loose ball and a foul on Dillard. And then in the semifinals, Dillard beats Lakewood by 15. And for Bartram Trail, they were winners of District 5 and Region 2. Defeated North Marion 53-10. Palaca 74-50. Gulf 56-39. And then Rickards in the semis 67-47 as the foul was on Jacoria Clayton, her first. And now we have
you see
ball out of bounds.
You see both teams already pressuring full court, half court trapping. This is going to be a really fun style. Both teams really trying to create pressure.
Ragland drives in, lays it in with the right hand. Sarah Ragland, a sophomore. And Bartram Trail starts a freshman, 2 sophomores, and 2 seniors. And Ragland, one of those sophomores, makes it 4-2. Nice move underneath, and laying it in off the glass is Kayla Wright. Coming into these finals, Dillard's leading scorer was Kayla Wright, averaging 13.8 a game. And in the semifinal the other night, she actually only had 4 points, but had 8 rebounds as the ball is out of bounds back to Bartram Trail. It's 4-4 early, back to Dillard. It's 4-4 early on. They're in this 5A championship game.
See Bartram Trail in a 2-2-1 press, really trying to create the angles.
Jessica Jones now swings it over to Wright. Wright misses the layup, though, underneath. Good look, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound goes to French. Now French across half court to Barlow, who gets it to Ragland. Ragland called for the travel in the paint. Thought she was fouled, but the traveling call on Bartram Trail. And right back to Dillard. Good start to this game, 4-4.
Bartram Trail really likes to attack the basket. They had 32 free throw attempts in the semifinals. Dillard only had 4. Lakewood kind of packed it in against them, and Dillard really had to settle for some threes, but they hit a lot.
Bartram 20 for 32 in that semifinal, 12 for 17 from Allie Mano, who had 28, and she is their leading scorer. They only scored in double figures all season. Floater, finger roll, no good by Baker. Rebound by Wright, and she's fouled. She missed the shot, and Kayla Wright's going to shoot 2 free throws. Mano averaging 17.7 a game coming into the semifinals. She was well over that average on Thursday as the foul goes on Sarah Ragland, her first team foul against the Bears. And Kayla Wright will shoot 2 and hits the first free throw attempt of the game. Wright hits it.
Yeah, she's a 50% free throw shooter.
And Dillard has a 5-4 lead. Second free throw coming up is short, but rebounded underneath by Brianna Green, and now Wright drives in. She misses the putback, gets another rebound and puts it up and in. Tell early on, Kayla Wright is going to be able to dominate a little bit against an undersized Bartram Trail team. Mano lost it, gets it to French. French drives to the baseline and lays it in.
Boy, Bartram Trail really finishes well. If they get close to the basket, they have an attacking personality, and they're not really afraid of much of anything.
It all really starts with Mano, but you're right, the entire team just keeps moving down the floor. They really don't stop. Like you just said, it's 7-6 now as French has 4 points for Bartram.
That's really like anything against the press. You really don't mind being pressed. If you can handle it, you're going to get 2-on-1 at the end all the time. A lot of teams, they kind of slow it down there, but you got to attack that 2-on-1. If the team's going to press, you got to make them pay, like right there.
Good passing by Dillard in transition. The king of the layup to go. Green misses the layup off the pass in from Jessica Jones, but then it's stolen back by Jones. Jones now with a 2-on-2 to Wright, and Wright will hit about a 3-footer. Wright has 6. Boy, she's 7. She's come to play early today after only scoring 4 in the semis, and it's 9-6. On the other end, Coggins for 3 hits it. Melissa Coggins, who hit 3 threes in the semifinal win, ties it up at 9 with her first. On the other end, Dillard drive to the hoop. It's Clayton scoring.
If you like up-tempo, this could be the game for you to stick around for.
Up and down early. Dillard back by 2, and now a steal. Here's Clayton again. Clayton up and under Ragland. Misses the shot. Follow put no good by Green. Rebound by Clayton, and she's fouled, and Clayton's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, you see a lot of times on offensive rebounds. You pay attention to these games, and you'll see it happen. Offensive rebounds equals free throws. The defense gets out of position. If you get a nice, hard offensive rebound, you go up strong. The defense is coming from out of position. You can get to the line a lot.
Well, Mano picks up her first foul. It's the second team foul as Jacoria Clayton misses the first free throw.
Mano is such a good dribbler. It's going to be interesting because I do think she's trying to dribble a little too much into some double teams. I'm sure she's used to that. But Dillard's really, really phenomenal about getting there and get you into your face. So,
Mano, they're looking at her mouth. I don't know if she got an elbow there. She picked up the foul. Second free throw is good. So she comes out of the game. Kelsey Chisholm checks in, and I don't know if she's bleeding or took maybe a shot to the mouth there, but they're looking out on the Bartram Trail sideline. So the Bears need her on the court as now Brooke Barlow throws it top of the key to Ragland. Ragland throws up the shot. It's no good, but she's fouled, and Sarah Ragland's going to shoot 2, and Mano's going to check right back in. So
yeah, she wasn't going to be out long.
They checked her out and said, no teeth are missing, so head back in, I guess.
Hey, state finals, you're going to go. Take me up, coach.
Second foul on Clayton. It's the third team foul on Dillard, and Ragland will be at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, she gets to the free throw line a lot, 80 times this year, so she's going to attack pretty hard. Doesn't seem to be afraid of any contact. This Bartram Trail team is very, very confident, even with a couple turnovers here and everything. Doesn't seem like it really bothers them too much. They just go, 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 and Dillard's obviously the same way.
Yeah, Mano quickly back in as Chisholm came in for about 10 seconds, and now Ragland hits the second free throw. She has 4. Mano's yet to score in the game, and it's 12-11. Bartram hanging in there still as the ball knocked out of bounds. Near steal, but it'll be Dillard ball.
If you watch a lot of the games here this week, you just see that the best teams around, that they're pressing and trapping teams. In girls basketball, if you can just create that tempo that you like.
There's Jones dribbling through defenders. Bartram Trail tried pressure. Now Jones over to the left baseline. LaQuacious Adams misses the jumper and ends up in the hands of Amber Hanna. Now on top of the key, Baker. Baker will try a right-handed floater. It's in and out. No good. Rebounded by Ragland, and then has it taken away. Ragland holding on to it, and now tied up. And the jump ball gives the ball back to Bartram Trail as Green came in to tie her up, but possession arrow shows Bartram Trail ball.
You tend to see in these state championship games them letting the players play a little bit more than maybe normal. Both teams are really competent.
And Mano.
Yeah, right there, that kind of could have went either way. Reached in there pretty hard, but they're just going to let them play, and usually really consistent with that.
It's a great camera angle we have here courtside today. I love this. Inbounds pass to Mano. Mano heads quickly the other way. Nobody's there. She drives up and misses the layup. Loose ball. Mano comes back up with it. Her shot blocked underneath by Adams, and the rebound to Dillard. Now on the run out, it is underneath to Green, who can't get it to go. Off the pass from Hanna, but Green will shoot 2. As the foul goes on Bartram Trail, and they're going to say on Ragland. So her second foul, third team foul, with an even a little under 4 minutes to go first quarter. It's 12-11. Dillard leads by 1, and the first free throw for Brianna Green is short.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose her. She's their leading rebound, averaging almost 11 rebounds a game. She was pretty straight up there, and you see Coach Wendell over there working the official pretty well.
Maggie Borngesser will check in, the sophomore replacing Sarah Ragland with those 2 fouls. She'll come out probably for, you got to think, maybe the rest of the first period. As the second free throw is short, ball out of bounds. It's going to be off the foot of Adams, and it'll be Bartram Trail ball. So 0 for 2 there on the free throws.
Media timeout.
That will lead us, like you said, to our media timeout. 3:58 to go first quarter. Good start to this 5A state championship game as Dillard leads Bartram Trail 12-11. Marty Palman along with Coach Will White for Northeast High School St. Pete. Coach, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. I know you spent a lot of time at Boca Ciega, had a great program there, and now you've moved on to Northeast High School in St. Pete.
Yeah, we had a great run year there. I was there for 8 years at Boca Ciega, one of the premier programs, I'd say, in the state. They had back-to-back state championships in the 90s. Administration really supports athletics there, and getting the chance to come to Lakeland 3 times. And I actually came once as an assistant with the boys before I took over the girls program. So, it's really special to come here. Boca Ciega was a great school. I got an opportunity to get a little bit closer to home. I got 2 little kids, and so Northeast High School, I feel like we're going to turn it around there. The girls are really looking to do a good job. And hopefully one day they can experience something like this.
Well, that's true. We've had a chance to have a lot of coaches on this week, and Coach Rick Victor was here earlier in the week. He's now at Lake Nona High School in Orlando. He made it to this round with a Freedom High School a few years back, so it's good to have coaches, I know, here with a lot of good coaches who've been around a while, but have made it to this level and know what it is to coach and be on this floor today. I'm sure you can definitely empathize with what Ben Wendell and Marcia Pinder go through. Marcia Pinder's gone through it a lot more than Ben Wendell has, but still, you've been here quite a few times. You know how it is. And is it as nerve-wracking for the coach as it is for the players?
I think it definitely is.
More,
but
maybe.
But it's definitely more. But you don't show it at all. You really want to. One thing I learned coming the second time was the first time you got caught up in buses and cheerleaders and this and that.
Kind of happy to be there.
Yeah. So the second time it was just another game. Collared shirt, no tie, just do your thing and show up, and it helped.
Well, Barlow threw it away. It's Dillard ball as Adams underneath, and there is a layup for Macy Keene right off the glass. And boy, Macy Keene coming in at 6'6". Hits her first basket of the game.
Yeah, you can't teach. They always say you can't teach speed and height. And 6'6" girl is like about a 7'2" boy player.
Yeah, that's
in comparison.
Quite some wingspan she's got there. Is driving in is Hannah now into the corner. 3 no good, and bounces twice off the rim. The shot from Jones, rebounded by Mano. Now Mano looks to push as Bartram trails him by 3 early on. Dillard shooting 39%, Bartram at 60%, but only 1 turnover for Dillard, and they've also had 6 offensive rebounds, really just 1 from Bartram Trail. Jones took it away, but she's traveled right on the sideline.
Yeah, those effort points, offensive rebounds, taking a charge, getting on the ground for jump balls. Dillard's done a really good job with that this first quarter.
That seems to be the only difference is Bartram Trail off to a 3 of 5 shooting start. Dillard by 3 as Barlow almost stepped right on the half-court line, but she's able to get away from it now to Borngesser. We are now 2:43 to go first quarter. Madison French now dribbles over to the right wing. Boy, right on her. Good defense by Amber Hannah. She knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears. As we'll see Kelsey Chisholm come in. She'll replace Borngesser this time. Allie Mano is yet to score in this game.
One thing I was always jealous of coaching against Dillard is they have like 6 coaches there on the bench.
I noticed that too. They've got listed George Adams, Brandon Adams, Tanya Adams, like the whole family maybe. Tanya Miller, Evelyn Powers, Chanel Washington, and Tuck Ramsey. So actually 7 listed on there.
Well, that's part of building a good program. People want to come and be around that, so you're going to get a lot of help.
As Barlow had it knocked out of bounds by Hannah. How many assistants did you have? 3, 2?
Usually 3.
Yeah, that's normal, I think.
Don't want to get too many cooks in the kitchen.
As the ball knocked out of bounds again by Jones, and Dillard really swarming to the ball. Bartram Trail, though, will inbound again.
Yeah, the more the better, though. You try to have, you have your JV coach and then someone who's more of a true assistant, and usually like a good post fundamental coach.
Barlow had it stolen away, and Baker drives in. She's fouled. Barlow commits the turnover, and Baker will head the line to shoot 2. The foul on Bartram Trail, and it's going to be on Brooke Barlow. So that's her first.
The turnovers are starting to pack up here a little bit for Bartram Trail. Dillard really starting to get after it a little bit more, pushing some turnovers. If you see in Dillard's offense, it's pretty much been steals, attack the basket, offensive rebounds. Haven't had to get into too much half-court offense.
Baker, it's the first free throw. She has 3, and it's a 15-11 lead. Dillard with 3 fouls. Bartram Trail now with 14 fouls as Barlow picked up that foul with 2:17 to go in the period, and the second free throw good as well. So 4 for Baker, and that's a 5-point lead, biggest lead of the game for the Dillard Panthers. And a travel right at midcourt called on Madison French. And again, this is a young Bartram Trail team. I mean, they start 2 sophomores and a freshman. And Ben Wendell takes a timeout because he can kind of sense his team's getting a little unraveled. With 2:12 to go in the first quarter, now down 5. It will be Dillard ball. So Bartram takes the timeout. They'll have 4 remaining. First timeout of this first quarter.
Yeah, it's a really good timeout. You know, you get turnovers there. There wasn't even pressure on her right there. So that's just getting outside of yourself, pushing yourself too far. And I'm not sure how long Bartram Trail can go without Ragland in there. She's just their one big inside presence. And when she's out there, it just really it's really causing them some problems.
Well, we're seeing the offensive rebounds really go the way of Dillard early on, as well as the turnovers. Bartram Trail now with 6 and only 1 early on for Dillard. I don't think we're going to see Ragland really, probably not for the rest of the period. I don't know if Ben Wendell could wait that long, but with 2 fouls, you really like to keep her on the bench, I know, to the second quarter.
Yeah, especially as a post player, because, you know, sometimes as a guard, if you have some foul trouble, you can back off a little bit, but you got to always play hard inside.
Jones tried to get it into Kayla Wright, and French knocked it out of bounds. It will be Dillard ball underneath their own basket. 2:03 to go in this first quarter of this Class 5A state championship game from the Lakeland Center. First of 4 championship games today here on the FHSAA network. And Low Keene misses the shot from about 5 feet, and now we'll have a foul coming up on Dillard in the backcourt as French tried to get rid of the ball to Mano. Now going to go on Amber Hanna, number 20, her first, and now both teams with 14 fouls. This will be an inbounds pass for Bartram Trail right in front of our spot here at the table court side into Mano. Mano between 2 defenders. She's fouled. Nope, travel. Well, they might call a foul there, but
that's going to be a big difference. Little things like that. If that's a foul or a turnover, obviously those are big things. So I think the more they let it go, the bigger advantage it's going to be for Dillard.
So another Bartram Trail turnover, and Jones down low to Keene. Keene hit the bottom of the basket with a shot. Now quickly the other way comes Chisholm for Bartram Trail. But then she throws it away, and it's stolen by Hanna. Hanna now ahead to Jones under the basket. She tried to get it to Wright, but we're going to have 3 seconds. There's too many Dillard players in the paint there. Somebody was going to shoot the ball. They were kind of waiting for it, and they got called for the 3 seconds.
Yeah, take, for instance, right there we always say don't pass to give someone else the same shot you already have. So she had a nice little 2-footer to try to pass it.
Boy, Mano had it taken away. She gets the ball on the floor and then throws it away right to Jones. Jones to Wright, and Wright will lay it in. And boy, right now, Dillard is going right at Allie Mano. And she is having a hard time.
I'm not even sure how many shot attempts.
And another turnover. Taken away again by Baker. Baker will drive the baseline, hits the bottom of the basket, and Chisholm with a loose ball. And we'll have a foul coming up on, nope, double dribble. 1:06 to go in the period, and every time Mano gets the ball, they're going right at her and taking it away.
That's definitely the game plan coming in. Mano has twice as many shot attempts as anybody else on the team. Everything comes through her. Send 2 people at her, make it hard for her. She's going to have to pass out of that. You know, if they're trying to press and there's 2 people on you, she's going to have to look ahead.
So an inbounds pass to Wright. She lays it in. Everything going Dillard's way right now. 11 for Kayla Wright in the first period. Mano to half court. She is fouled this time. There's a bump on Dillard.
Dillard's still forcing him to the sideline, even like right there, you know, going up that sideline pretty hard, which is where the extra defenders are if you count the out of bounds. Baker. So the game plan definitely going their way.
Baker picks up her second 15 foul, and that interesting. Boy, somebody's done some scouting, it would seem, as the inbounds pass tipped and stolen. Now Amber Hanna ahead to Jones. Dillard is all over the court defensively. Inside, went over the head of Macy Keene, but Dillard turns it right back over with now 47.4 seconds left.
Playing back-to-back days, you always used to have a day in between as a coach, and now you play back-to-back, which is always tough because you don't get that day to practice as much. So it's all got to be about what you saw the day before and trying to explain to the team what you want them to do. Like, they're definitely all over it. Look, there's 3 people right there right around her.
And she had it taken away again, but they're going to call foul before the steal. It's right at half court. And again, they forced her to the sideline, and Jessica Jones picks up her first. Now, make sure you don't get into foul trouble doing that. That's 16 fouls.
Yeah, you start getting free throws here pretty early. There's another one, so shooting the bonus. And they're a good free throw shooting team.
And Mano was fouled right in front of the Dillard bench that time by Brianna Green. So now Allie Mano finding a way to get the ball anyway. She'll go to the line, and she's an excellent free throw shooter.
You almost see her trying to draw out those fouls, those last couple. She's like, okay, look, I'm tired of trying to dribble around people. If you're in my way, I'm going through you, and really force the hand of the official, make them call the foul.
And that's the first point of the game for Mano. She hits the front end of the 1-on-1. She'll get a second with 35 seconds to go here first quarter. And Bartram now within 8. Second free throw is no good.
If you like watching a half-court offense, this isn't the game for you. It's an up-tempo, move the ball, trap, get a shot in.
And Coggins for 3. That's an air ball off the rebound off the missed free throw. And now Dillard on the run. Dillard with a nice pass underneath, and Brianna Green lays it in off the assist from Jones. And now it's a 10-point lead for Dillard. They have opened it up to a 10-point lead, but now 11 seconds to go first quarter. Here's French now with 7. Excuse me. Now at the top of the key, knocked away and stolen again. Jones underneath, right, will lay it in. It doesn't count. And Dillard had a run out, almost had another basket, but apparently did not happen before the buzzer. But a great first quarter for the Dillard Panthers. They lead it by 10, 22-12 over Bartram Trail in this 5A state championship game here at the Lakeland Center. Marty Palman along with Coach Will White will return to Lakeland in just a moment. This is the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to the Lakeland Center, the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. And we're in our first of 4 state championship games today, the 5A state championship game. It's Dillard leading Bartram Trail 22-12 in the end of the first 8 minutes here in Lakeland. Marty Palmer along with Coach Will White. And boy, what a first period for Dillard after a little bit of a slow start. They worked it inside. They forced turnovers. Kayla Wright already in double figures with 11. They've really dominated inside, and they've hounded Allie Mano throughout this first period and really the entire Bartram Trail team.
Yeah, the game plan's been great. Take Mano out of her game. A lot of pressure. Bartram Trail's struggling with that a little bit more. They're kind of a pressing team, but I'm not sure they've come across too many good pressing teams like Dillard. The one thing that Bartram Trail has going for them, that they're already in the bonus, so if they can keep on attacking, get a couple calls here, maybe you can get back in it with some free throws, but they got to be really careful giving up all these layups on the 15 turnovers.
Wow, that's amazing. 6 for Mano, and along with 1 point, no assists. They really have done a good job on her as Dillard, who's had 9 steals in the first quarter. Back to action.
When you look at something that's on pace for 60 turnovers, that's not good.
No, underneath, this is Aliyah Anderson who's in the game. She missed the shot, but a foul against Bartram Trail. And that's going to be on Coggins, her first. Now the 5th team foul.
Again, you see those offensive rebound putbacks fouls. You know, it's just the defense is out of position, so you always try to tell your post, but keep working. Because if you get that offensive rebound, you're either going to get a nice, easy shot, or the defense is going to be out of position. And you're taking it up strong, they're going to come and foul you. Get to the line.
Green hits the first free throw. Brianna Green in the line has 3 points now. And the second free throw is straight through. So 2 for 2 at the line for Brianna Green. It's a 12-point lead for Dillard, who shot 43% in the first quarter. Bartram Trail also at 43%. As we mentioned, rebounds 6 offensive for Dillard, only 2 for Bartram Trail, and 15 turnovers for Bartram Trail. There's another one. The 4 for Dillard, as Dillard takes it away again. Now this time Barlow almost knocked it away, but it ends up back in the hands of Hannah. Now right underneath and laying it in is Aaliyah Anderson. She draws the foul and a chance for a 3-point play. And now at this point, for Bartram Trail, need to be careful here. You're down 14 and you're starting to get run out of here a little bit. That's the 16th foul on the Bears. And the first personal on Madison French.
Yeah, Coach Pender in her 35 years has only not been a district champion or runner-up once.
Wow. Free throw is good. That is amazing.
Yeah, every now and then you would think there'd be a couple teams in the district that just, you know, has that All-American or just something, some roadblock that you have. So to only not be able to get out of districts one time, that's amazing.
I guess consistency is the obvious answer there.
Oh, and that was 1987, by the way.
Only 25 years ago. Mano will pull it back out, and again, Mano looking for something at this point. 27-12, Dillard by 15. Into French. French had it taken away. Now loose ball on the floor, and they're going to have a foul.
I think they're calling out of bounds.
No, just out of bounds. It'll stay with Bartram Trail.
I thought grabbing the elbow was a foul, but we'll call it out of bounds and we'll go with it.
French is going to inbound. And she'll throw it back to Mano near half court.
Interesting. I've never seen someone, try to hold it out down so many. Maybe just trying to see if they'd come out and get a man-to-man, give her some room to drive.
I think at this point is now Barlow has it. They're just kind of looking around to see if they can find anything in the middle of this Dillard defense.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not sure you heard it on the mic, but someone's saying they're just trying to shorten the game, which really isn't a bad idea. There's still a lot of game left. Let's say if they went down in the halftime, down 15, that game's not over.
The problem is you need to score.
You have to at some point.
Cross court to Barlow, now back to Mano. And again, we have no shot clock in high school basketball, so you could do this really the entire period if you wanted to. You don't really need to down 15. But the Dillard fans are getting a little bit up in arms now. They're in control of this game right now.
This is an interesting sort of spot if you're in Dillard's position, because you do want to push the tempo because you are up 15, so you obviously have something going right. But, hey, if they want to take the air out and go into halftime up 15, maybe that's what you want. So that's really kind of up to the coach. My thought was always, if you're the better team, push the tempo. If you're not and someone wanted to hold it out for a little bit.
Well, and Allie Mano looks back at Coach Wendell, and it looks like he said, just keep it. She shook her head. I don't think she's happy about this, but she's following what her coach says, because she's the kind of player who wants to be going all the time, but it's just been a rough start for her in this game. Dillard has had a great game plan coming out of the gate. They have now had the ball for about a minute and a half. And Mano has dribbled through most of it. Marcia Pender telling her defense. A little surprised Dillard doesn't come out too, but they're not going to take the bait. Now Mano will move it at the free throw line, and down goes French. No call. It's a steal. Dillard takes it away again after all that, and then going away out of bounds.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you never want to promote like getting a technical, but if I was the Bartram Trail coach, Dillard just kind of seems like they're on you just a little bit every single time. That I think really their only chance is if Dillard really starts to get in some foul trouble. They kind of let him play through that aggressiveness, then they're going to have a hard time.
Now Bartram Trail back on offense. Barlow across to Coggins. Now back to Barlow. Now Barlow dribbles to the left wing. Over to Mano. Mano looking for something. Now back out to Barlow. Now she'll swing it to Melissa Coggins. Excuse me. Now back to Barlow. Coggins in front of the bench. And they're just kind of swinging around almost the four corners. Not quite but similar inside. And Ragland had it. Now back to Barlow. Right wing. Barlow will try a floater. It's short. And another rebound for Kayla Wright. Kayla Wright will push it ahead to Hannah. And driving in, missing the right-handed shot is Wright. And Ragland with a rebound. Ragland looking for some space. Now she'll dribble it out herself.
Yeah, if I were Dillard, I'd definitely come out and push the tempo a little bit. It does seem like maybe you're the better team matchup-wise, so you just don't want to let the other team slow it down. You want to push it, make a 15-point lead, make it 20, make it 25.
Mano dribbles the baseline. She is fouled. As this time Mano does get the foul call on the baseline. 1-and-1 coming up for Allie Mano as the foul is on Aaliyah Anderson, her first 8th team foul on Dillard. Mano has 1 point from the free throw line, 1 for 2, and we've now already gone under 4 minutes here in the second quarter as Mano misses the free throw. And again, Bartram Trail comes up empty, and they've yet to score in this period.
If they have any shot to get back in it, they got to hit their free throws.
Hannah across half court now runs into a double team. Now over to Adams, driving in, missing the shot is right on the baseline, but a foul. I think we're have over the back coming up, or is the ball out of bounds? Nope. Foul over the back, and it's going to be on Kayla Wright, who, oh no, they're going to say Anderson, pardon me, her second, so that's the 9th team foul on Dillard.
So after this one, there'll be 2 free throws the rest of the quarter, rest of the half.
Yes, they will have 10 fouls, 2 free throws coming up with one more foul. Right now it's a 1-on-1.
I think Bartram Trail right now, if they would be thinking is, they've taken the punch. If we can get to halftime with somewhat of a reasonable difference in the score, and coach get in there, make some adjustments, calm the team down. Like you said, that's relatively young. That's not a bad idea.
Free throw good for Barlow. It's her first point, and now it's 27-13, and the second free throw is also straight through. So 2 free throws there for Bartram Trail. That'll bring us to our media timeout, the second quarter. 3:29 to go, and Dillard leads Bartram Trail 27-14 in this Class 5A state championship game from the Lakeland Center. And Marty Palmer, along with the coach Will White, as we look at what's happening so far in this game, we knew Bartram Trail was going to have to really be particular with their shots. They're going to have to get it, try to hit from the outside, because Dillard has a size advantage, a height advantage, and also it seems like really quickness advantage. And a reminder to buy DVDs of this broadcast or any game of the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. Go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. And again, it just has been a story of Dillard just attacking on defense and just taking the ball away. In the first quarter, they really were doing a good job of it. Now Bartram trying to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at it, it's down to 13. If they can get it closer to 10 point with the slowdown, taking Dillard out of their rhythm, maybe that was the best thing that they could have done. The thing that's really jumping out here is the number of shot attempts. Dillard shot almost 3 times as many shot attempts as Bartram Trail has. So just getting shots off their turnovers. Bartram Trail is lucky. Dillard's missed quite a few easy putbacks here recently on their turnovers. It could easily be 20-point lead. So they're right there in it.
All right, so back to action after the media timeout. Dillard across half court is Kayla Wright. Wright will pull up from 8 feet. It's no good off the back of the rim. Rebound ends up in the hands of Allie Mano. Then Mano throws it away. Right on the floor, had it. Then Mano comes up with a loose ball. And out of bounds, we'll say off Dillard. Ben Wendell wanted a foul. No, I think it is Dillard and ball, isn't it? It went off of Mano.
And she just threw it right out of bounds. He's arguing for hand checks over there.
Ben Wendell wants a foul or something, and then the foul.
Oh, here's where you get mad.
On Bartram Trail in the inbounds pass. That's going to be French's second. 7th team foul on Bartram Trail. 3:09 to go, second quarter, and that's 18 turnovers now for Bartram Trail. They had 15 in the first period and 11, now 12 steals for Dillard.
Yeah, you see the thing that jumps out here. Dillard's attempted 25 shots to Bartram Trail's 8. And rebounds are it's 12-12, but the difference is Dillard's had 7 offensive rebounds. And offensive rebounds are doubly as good. Gives you that chance to immediately get a shot attempt.
So Kayla Wright on the 1-and-1. Her first free throw is good. That was the 7th team foul on Bartram Trail. Right now with 12 points. She had a second free throw. It's 28-14.
Yeah, she had a big game against us as a freshman. Their center went out with an injury, and she kind of came in as a reserve and had a phenomenal game. So she's been going at it since her freshman year. Only a junior now.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound, putback, no good. Underneath, couple of shots there for Adams. Laquacious Adams couldn't get it to go, and then thrown to the other side. It's a pull-up 15-footer, good for Coggins.
If they get some space, they definitely can shoot free throws, 3-pointers, 2-pointers. So just a matter of being able to get a chance at some shots here.
Oh, Racklin almost had a steal.
That was a big turnover, right? Or never, yeah, almost.
Jones
steal.
Instead heads the other way, but she loses it out of bounds, and it is Bartram Trail ball, 28-16, and now we see a little bit of momentum, maybe heading the way of the Bears.
And when did it start? With that slowdown. That's very interesting that he kind of went with that, and Dillard allowed them to do that. You know, as we were saying at that time, if Dillard, feeling as they're a better team, as a tempo-pushing team, really sitting back in that zone probably wasn't a good idea. And you see a nice little momentum swing here.
Coggins for 3, it's short. Mano, though, with a loose ball rebound, she drives the baseline up and under. Shot was partially blocked, and though Mano gets the rebound. Now back out to Coggins. She'll swing it to Barlow. Barlow drives up and under. Shot is no good, and a travel on Brooke Barlow.
What's interesting to me as well is Dillard's really staying inside the 3-point line with their half-court defense. For some reason, they've stopped trapping and attacking, and they had 15 turnovers in the first quarter. So it's kind of surprising to me that they've kind of pushed their defensive tempo back a little bit.
Now Adams had it, lost it out of bounds. I'm going to say off Bartram Trail. And it'll stay with the Dillard Panthers. Why do you think they've gone to that change? Just a little surprising, or maybe they...
Yeah, I couldn't think of any reason because the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
inside
doing a good job.
Macy Keene missed the shot. Now on the run out, it's Coggins. She'll pull up. 15-footer short. Rebound underneath by Macy Keene. So Bartram Trail had another opportunity. And now it travels. There's another Dillard turnover. Now Dillard's getting a little bit careless with the ball on their offense as Amber Hanna travels.
Here's the scary part for Bartram Trail is they've had all the momentum the last couple minutes and they've only chipped away from that lead 3 points.
Take a look at Marcia Pender.
Phenomenal lady. Getting a chance to talk to her a couple years ago with that game. You just tell, true professional, all about the kids.
36 years, 803 wins. This Ragland drives in and scores. Right-handed floater for Ragland, who has 6, and it's a 10-point Dillard lead. Now Bartram tried to trap, but instead it's ahead of the half court to Dominique Harris, and Harris will be fouled. Over in the left wing, Harris just checked in for Dillard. And the foul is on Mano. That's her second. Allie Mano, who scored 2 points in the first half. And a 1-and-1 coming up for Dominique Harris. 8th team foul on Bartram Trail as the free throw's good. First point for Harris, she'll get a second.
67% free throw shooter. Only averages 3 points a game, senior.
And the second free throw rolls out. Ragland with a rebound. Now across to Mano. Mano driving all the way in, up and under. Lays
that
it in.
is a move right there. Through 3 people. Good composure.
Mano only has 3 points. Pardon me, I thought she had 2. And now it's stolen away. Mano looks to drive. She'll try it. The shot was maybe blocked. No, she missed the basket. And then out of bounds. No, they're going to say that Brianna Green was out of bounds. She tried to throw it off Mano. It's going to be Bartram Trail ball. And Coach Pender didn't like that call.
Sometimes it's weird. Momentum as a team sometimes get into the officials' heads as well. Start getting a little call here or there.
But now a steal. Green is ahead to Harris, and Harris will lay it in. So there's a big basket for Dillard. Puts him back up 11, 31-20. Bartram Trail still having turnover issues. Barlow down to Coggins to Mano. She'll drive the baseline. Mano off the glass. It's too strong. Loose ball rebound to right. Now on the floor, Keene had it. She had it knocked away. And now we'll have a foul coming up on Bartram Trail.
Yeah, that's a good 30-second difference right there. That last 30 seconds, you see Dillard getting the layup there. Mano missing the layup on her end. Those things add up pretty fast when you're trying to get back into the game.
Kelsey Chisholm gets her first foul. Now both teams with 9 team fouls. And we have 54 seconds to go here, second quarter. And Macy Keene will shoot the 1-on-1. Keene today has 2 points.
Only a 38% free throw shooter. Sometimes, for whatever reason, those big girls have a tough time at the line. Let's see what happens here.
Short on the free throw. Chisholm with the rebound. Now pushes it ahead and ends up in the hands of Coggins. Almost knocked away. Now to Ragland. Ragland will drive all the way up. Shot rejected by Keene. And the rebound goes to Dillard. On the run out, it's Hanna. Hanna, floater off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Coggins. 35 seconds to go here in the quarter. Mano had it taken away, but a foul coming up on Dillard. Now it'll be 2 free throws for Allie Mano. I think Hanna will pick up her second. 10th team foul on Dillard. Mano is 1 for 3 at the line, has 3 points today.
Coming off of 28 points yesterday. That's what they've done. Dillard's done a great job of taking her out of the game.
First free throw is good, straight through for Mano.
Dillard's just so fast in the half court. They just really get out and get on you. So they're going to be able to find where the better players are on the other team and get into their face. Always seems like she has 2 people on her. So really her only thing that she's been able to do is kind of drive and attack and hopefully get to the line.
She hits that one as well. So 2 free throws for Mano and now has 5. She's going to check out. See, we'll maybe for defensive purposes here for the rest of the half as Samantha Turano will come in.
Bartram Trail taking their press off a little bit, going to pick them up closer to half court.
Here's Hannah across half court. Now into the corner, back to Hannah. Hannah to Kayla Wright, top of the key. As we go under 20 seconds now in the quarter. Wright in the right wing will drive the baseline. We'll pass it underneath to Anderson. Anderson may have traveled, no call. Misses the shot completely. Loose ball on the floor. Anderson goes down, and we'll have a traveling call on Dillard. I think Anderson may have gotten away with a travel a little earlier, and that time she lost the ball, was called for the travel on the ground. And now Mano right back in. So they took her out
probably
to not get her the third foul.
Protect her from the foul, absolutely right.
But now she's back in and with a chance to get a last basket or a last attempt at a basket with 8 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's plenty of time. Usually you can go baseline to baseline in about 4 seconds of dribble time.
Into Barlow now with 6 with 5, and she throws it away. Wow. Barlow overthrows Coggins, and that has been a major issue for Bartram Trail in the first half, as Mano will come back out with 4.3 to go.
I remember when we played Dillard in the state championship game, we thought if we were under 20, we'd be happy. End up right around 20. That kind of shows you how good you are if you're just hoping for 5 turnovers a quarter. But Bartram Trail's got to be at 16, 17 turnovers already.
Hannah can't get a shot off, and that is the end of the first half. So after a rough start, Bartram Trail kind of stabilized a little bit. They were down by as many as 16. They were able to cut it to 9. So our score of the half in this Class 5A state championship game here at Lakeland Center, it's the Dillard Panthers 31 and the Bartram Trail Bears 22. Marty Paulman with Will White courtside at the Lakeland Center. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the second half. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right.
All right, getting ready to start the second half with the Dillard Panthers 31, Bartram Trail 22. Some of the stats that jump out at you: rebounding is actually pretty even, but the turnovers, 22 turnovers for Bartram Trail to Dillard's 11 turnovers. Field goal percentage you see there, very even. Neither team shooting a lot of three-pointers, free throws. So really just turnovers are the big key that first half.
Okay, welcome. Sorry about that. Thanks, Coach. As you see the field goal percentage is even, 35% for both. 3-point field goals, 1 for 3 for Bartram Trail, and actually Dillard did not attempt one in the first half. Free throw percentage 9 of 11 for Bartram Trail, 9 of 16 for Dillard. Rebounds were 20 to 19 for Bartram Trail, but 10 offensive boards for Dillard. 8 assists and 13 steals for Dillard. They had 11 turnovers, but how about 22 turnovers for the Bartram Trail Bears in the first half? They only had 2 assists. So that's the huge difference in this first half, with Dillard leading it by 9.
Yeah, and the turnovers equal shot attempts, so they're good.
And a reminder to buy a DVD of this broadcast or any game in the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. Go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com. If you like a memory of this championship game for family, friends, or just fans of each school, again, that website, FHSAAsports.com. And welcome back to the Lakeland Center. Marty Paulman along with the Coach Will White as we take you to the second half of this 5A state championship game. And Bartram Trail was able to kind of stabilize it a little bit after a really rough first quarter, but they still trail it by 9.
Yeah, that when they went to that stall there for that couple minutes, it really changed the momentum and really able to take it from a 16 points down to 9 and really slow Dillard down a little bit.
All right, we start the second half as the shot by Madison French is too strong. And Dillard will quickly head the other way as Clayton will lay it in.
And those turnovers that I was saying earlier equal shot attempts. Dillard 32 attempts to Bartram Trail 7.
French drives the baseline, lays it in with the left hand. Madison French with 6 points. And it's back to a 9-point lead as Clayton scored on the other end. She has 5. She sat out most of the second quarter with 2 fouls. Jacoria Clayton now runs the point for Dillard. Now Clayton, right-handed floater, doesn't go. Rebounded by Keene, but she lost it out of bounds, and it will be back to Bartram Trail.
Give Bartram Trail credit. They could have laid down a lot earlier when it got to be about 16 points, nothing going their way. Really frustrating, young team, being the first time here or whatever, but they stuck with it, and they're right there hanging in.
And Coggins hits a 3 from the left corner. Coggins with 8. She has 2 threes today. She had 3 on Thursday in the semifinal win. And now it's a 6-point game, 33-27.
Yeah, she can definitely shoot. She had 48 three-pointers this year, leading the team, I think.
And Barlow trips up Clayton. She'll pick up her second foul.
Yeah, 48 three-pointers, shooting about 30%. It's one thing about three-pointers. You're never out of the game. If you can hit a couple of those real quickly, you can make a lead disappear really quickly.
Dillard has yet to attempt one, so that's interesting as well.
Especially going off of a 10 three-pointer game yesterday. That's not really their style. They only had 80 three-pointers all year.
Well, Jessica Jones drives the baseline and lays it in. Her first basket, back to an 8-point lead. Here's French. She'll try to get it over Keene, and Keene blocks the shot. She is 6'6". French, though, gets the rebound. Drives the baseline around Keene and lays it in. Nice play by French. She had one shot blocked, but it didn't really bother her. She got it right back and scored. 8 points for French.
That does seem to be Bartram Trail MO, is they
don't stop.
They just keep going and keep going and keep going.
Now Kayla Wright will drive, and a nice pass to Keene, and Keene will lay it in.
They got to get some stops, though. You see Dillard shots are all coming right around the block. You're not really making them hit any outside shots, which is their weakness.
Here's Mano across half court. Now to Coggins. She's open again. 3 left corner. Got it again. Boy, if she's open, she's going to hit it. Back-to-back threes for Coggins. She has 11 in double figures, and it's a 5-point lead, 37-32.
And they just need a couple stops.
Now quickly across half court to Jones. Jones drives the baseline. Shot was partially blocked and ends up with Mano. Now Mano's 1 on 3. She's going to take it, though, right inside. Shot blocked by Keene underneath as she went around Baker, and Keene got a blocked shot. Now heading the other way is Shatoria Baker. Baker underneath, and Jones will lay it in. And down, Mano's down on the other end of the floor. And pain has been. Wendell ran over there. As Dillard gets the basket to make it 39-32. She may have come down long on her right leg. Jones scores the basket. She has 4 points. We have 5:35 to go third quarter, and we hope that she's okay. Replay that we're seeing from the live broadcast here at Bright House Network shows maybe it come down on her right leg wrong. So we have a stoppage in play with 5:35 to go third quarter, and boy, just when Bartram Trail really getting back in this game, you hope Allie Mano's okay, obviously, not just for today, but for her future. But that'd be a tough loss for Bartram Trail in this game. They really have played their way back in.
Yeah, she can definitely tell. She's their floor captain. Everything runs through her. Whenever they get a rebound, they're looking for her wherever she is to get her the ball and go. She's got an engine that goes. She's really fun to watch.
Allie Mano is going to play basketball at Minot College in North Dakota. She apparently, her family, or she has ties to North Dakota, even though she lives in Northeast Florida. So she's going to go play in North Dakota. That's where she'll play. And interesting to see her there. Is I know a lot of schools would like to have a player like her. And it looks like she's putting some weight on the leg.
She's walking well.
Maybe just a little at first. When first pain hits you, it's kind of...
And it could be kind of scary, though, too. You have a 6'6" kind of land on you a little bit, take the wind out of you. But then real quickly, adrenaline starts kicking back in.
So Ben Wendell uses the timeout here. And Bartram now will have 3 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, she can come back in. If he uses a timeout, if she's okay, she can come right back in. Otherwise, it's like, all the other sports you see. If someone's injured, they have to sit out a play before they can come back in. And you actually get, with the media timeouts, you basically get 4 extra timeouts a game. So add that to your 5 that you already have. You can really use those for situations like that, where in a normal game, maybe you would just wait a possession, but every possession obviously matters that much more here.
Well, this is the first of 4 state championship games coming up today from the Lakeland Center. The final day of the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals coming up at around 1:35. We'll have the 6A championship game between Orlando Edgewater and Miami Norland. Should be a heck of a ball game there as well. Norland always makes it to that round, it seems like, makes it to the championship. Edgewater looking for their first state title since 2007, and we'll have Coach Will White will join Kelly Neff for that broadcast again coming up at 1:35. We'll have the 7A championship tonight at 5:05 between Sebastian River and Haines City. That will be myself, Marty Palmer, along with Will White. And then tonight at 8:35, we'll cap it off with the 8A championship game. The doctors will be in the house, Dr. Phillips and Dr. Kropp, in that game tonight at 8:35, and that'll be Kelly Neff along with Roger Dorio. We'll rejoin him. Roger Dorio, head coach at Treasure Coast High School in Port St. Lucie. And now tied up is French on the inbounds pass. It will stay with Bartram Trail, and Mano on the end of the bench, and starting to wonder if maybe she had the wind knocked out of her more than anything else. I don't know. It's hard to see if there's an injury there. I don't want to speculate as the ball is saved, actually thrown away out of bounds, and Barlow tried to save it. It will be Dillard ball.
That last jump ball makes me think that's one thing I'd like to see at all levels that they look at a little bit more is when the pile on. You kind of jump on somebody, come over them, grab the ball, and they call it a jump ball. They're real consistent with that now, but I do think that's, if you're on the ground, you got the ball, and someone jumps through you to get it, that's not quite fair.
Both teams shooting well to start the second half. Dillard's 4 for their first 4. Bartram Trail 4 of 7, so both have picked up the shooting. 22 turnovers for Bartram Trail, 12 for Dillard, as the 3 is short by Baker. It looked like a 3, may have been a 2. And Chisholm, who's back in the game, now hands it to Ragland. Ragland drives in, layup short, rebounded by Kayla Wright. And now Kayla Wright will cross-court pass to Baker. 7-point lead for Dillard. And we have 4:48 to go third quarter. Dillard has led since really halfway through the first period, led by as many as 15 points. They led by 9 at the half, and they lead it now by 7.
You see Bartram Trail going into a 2-3 zone, kind of trying to trap out of it a little bit.
Almost thrown away as Jones retrieves near half court. Now back to Baker.
Which is a good move because Dillard was just getting way too many layups. The bad part is then the tempo slows down, and when you're down, you kind of do want to get that tempo back up so you can get back into the game. So Dillard's kind of slowing it down quite a bit, not really looking to attack.
Jones to Brianna Green. Free throw line jumper, no good. Green gets an offensive rebound. She misses the shot, but Green will shoot 2 free throws. So a couple offensive rebounds again for the Dillard Panthers. And the foul is going to be on Sarah Ragland. That's now her third, second team foul of the second half on Bartram Trail.
You got to box out the shooter. It's the easiest person to box out. They're shooting. They're not really thinking go after the ball. Most time if a shooter gets a rebound anymore, although we always say follow your shot, it's because they weren't boxed out, and you kind of saw that there.
And Green misses the shot short this time. Second free throw coming up for Brianna Green, and she hits that one. So 1 of 2 for Green, who has 5, and it's an 8-point Dillard lead again, 40-32, and we have more players down on the floor. A foul coming up on Dillard on the inbounds pass. And they're going to get Jessica Jones for her second. First team foul of the second half for Dillard.
Yeah, my dad went about 20 years without seeing girls basketball, and he saw us play a couple years ago. And it kind of reminds me that people haven't seen girls basketball in a long time. They're really missing out. You know, it's physical, it's up-tempo, it's fast, good shooting.
French call for the carry right in front of us here.
And you kind of see that here. Girls diving on the ground, getting bruises, fighting and everything. It's fun to watch.
It really is different than it has been. I agree. It's definitely the up-tempo part of it. I agree with you there. And it is physical. You don't expect it coming in, but they'll bang around, bang bodies all over the place. So Dillard with an 8-point lead. Baker now to Jones. We saw a couple of
rough coming back in here.
And it's thrown over the head of Baker. Another Dillard turnover. Jones passed just a little too high. I think Mano's going to come in, and she's going to sit next to Ben Wendell. I think Coach Wendell's trying to figure out if she's okay.
Yeah, she told him he was okay.
They've been looking at her nose. She may have either
I think she got hit in the face.
Hit in the face or something like that. As we've come to our media timeout, 3:48 to go third quarter, and it's 40-32 Dillard leading Bartram Trail in this 5A state championship game from the Lakeland Center. Marty Palman along with Will White, the head coach at Northeast High School in St. Petersburg. And Coach, as we look here this third quarter where we are in this game, you get the feeling Bartram Trail's kind of on the edge of something big. They just can't quite get over the hump, and Dillard's kind of slowed down a bit. They're struggling offensively right now.
Yeah, the door is open right there. If Bartram Trail's going to make their move, it kind of seems like it's going to be right now. They're kind of stuck, though, because being down, you have to push tempo, but when they get out on their defense and extend, Dillard's really attacking those seams. Their speed is just really hard to match up against. And we saw that at the beginning of the quarter, just getting layups and layups and layups. So if you go back to a 2-3 zone, that's the best matchup against Dillard because they're not quite the shooters from outside, but then the game's going by quicker and you might not get the ball back.
Well, we still have 3:48 to go third quarter, an entire fourth quarter to go. And again, this was a game where Dillard had 22 points in the first quarter. They only scored 9 in the second, and they've scored 9 so far in the third quarter. Bartram Trail had 12 in the first, 10 in the second, and 8 in the third, or 10 in the third. So a little more consistency for Bartram Trail. Really had a rough first quarter, but actually scored more points in that period than the other period. Now a steal by Jones, who reaches in the passing lane, and Mano knocks it away from Jones. I don't think Jones liked that, but no call. Mano knocked it right away, and she went down to the floor. Mano with the block.
Yeah, even before that, I was getting ready to say she was playing some really tough defense on Mano right there. And so they're kind of going back and forth at each other there a little bit.
So Baker will inbound into Clayton. Clayton with Coggins on her. Now Clayton has a double team into Wright, and Wright has no one around her, and she drives in and lays it in. Kayla Wright got open behind the defense. She has 14, and it's back to a 10-point lead for Dillard, 42-32. Mano is back in the game across half court, not on the right wing. Now drives the baseline. Now she'll dribble it back out. Look for a teammate.
Really good defense.
Get it to French. French now being hounded, almost lost it as well. Now she'll dribble to the top of the key. She'll drive all the way in. Left in the layup. Good. Madison French making something out of nothing there. 10 for French, 6 in the quarter. And she's in double figures. Leading scorer now. Actually, Coggins has 11, but 10 for French, 2 in double figures. Bartram Trail down 8, 42-34. Baker to Wright. Pass too strong, out of bounds. Dillard turnover. That is now their 14th turnover of the game. Bartram Trail with 24.
Yeah, if you can, try to bounce pass to the post. Those hard passes high are sometimes hard to catch for them. But if you were to see Dillard's shooting chart, I bet 90-95% of their shots would come right at the block.
And Dillard's only attempted 1 3 still in this game. That was by Baker. They're 0 for 1. Bartram's 3 of 5 from three-point range. As French drives in, and she's fouled. On the baseline, French is going to shoot 2 free throws with 2:41 to go third quarter. I'm going to call the foul on Kayla Wright. That's her first.
I'm glad that they're giving her the free throws there. Often you'll see someone attacking, looking to shoot, they'll get fouled, so they try to pass because they know they can't shoot it anymore, and then they call it a pass when the true intent was a shot. So that was a really good job right there, because she definitely was going up for the shot when she was fouled.
And French has had 7 here in the third quarter, now 11 in the game. Her and Coggins are top honors for Bartram Trail with 11. On the other end, Dillard being led by Kayla Wright with 14 points. But it's a 7-point lead now for Dillard. Another free throw coming up for the sophomore Madison French. And she hits 2. So 12 for French, and it's a 6-point lead again, 42-36.
Give Dillard credit, too. You know, throughout the season, that area of basketball, that Fort Lauderdale area, just lots of good teams. So there's very few nights off. Got to Baker, Nova, and those sort of teams.
And there's a 3-point try in the corner. Well short by Clayton. Loose ball on the floor, though. It'll be back to Bartram Trail as a couple of Dillard players tried to come up with it. And now the Bears can cut it to 3 or 4.
Mono back out on the bench.
They're still taking a look at her, the training staff over there. And to Chisholm, Kelsey Chisholm back in.
Give Bartram Trail credit, though. That when she was out there, the lead kind of stuck around the same.
And then French throws it away right in the middle of the floor as it was deflected. Jones with the takeaway. And now here is Baker. Baker around a screen. So we approach 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Baker around Chisholm. Baker cross-court pass to Clayton. Clayton drives the baseline. Her shot misses everything. Tried to save by Barlow, but she saved it right back to Dillard. And now it'll be Dillard ball again. Jones facing a double team.
Good timeout.
Right in front of her bench, and Coach Pender calls timeout. So Dillard takes their first time out of the game. They have 4 remaining. With 1:47 to go third quarter, Bartram Trail has 3 left. And it's still a 6-point lead for the Dillard Panthers, who have led really throughout the game. And interestingly enough, you're right, you were just mentioning how Bartram Trail has kind of they played pretty well, really, without Allie Mano, who's only scored 5 points today. And she's really, the first quarter, she had turnover issues, and then she had the issue of being knocked down under the basket. So she hasn't been in the game very much in this third quarter.
That really bodes well, because her is one of the only of the, really, 2 of the seniors on the team. I think you're going to see this team for a long time. Coach, if you look at his record there, the last 4 or 5 years, over 20 wins. So he's really built it up. They had only 13 wins in his first year, but then after that it's been 25, 24, 23, 20. So I was just talking to one of the members of the FHSAA Board of Directors, and he was mentioning about how well coached he thought Bartram Trail was.
I see Allie Mano being, it's 10-2. They are looking at her nose. I wonder if she had it not broken, but they are definitely looking at the top of her nose as into Kayla Wright. Wright is fouled. She's going to shoot 2 free throws. Foul is coming up against Bartram Trail as we're back to action. Coming up at 1:35 this afternoon here on the FHSAA Network. The 6A State Championship game, Orlando Edgewater and Miami Norland. There'll be Kelly Duff on the call along with Coach Will White, who's joining me for this 5A State Championship game. I'm Marty Palman with you from the Lakeland Center as Kayla Wright hits the first free throw. She has 15 now, and the foul was on Bartram Trail.
I was going to say they were doing a good job over there, the medical professionals, because, you know, as a player, state championship game, you're like, just put some tape on it and let me get back in there.
Second free throw is no good, but rebounded by Brianna Green. That was the 3rd foul on Madison French. 3 team fouls on Bartram Trail, and then Dillard gets the rebound. Up 7, they still have the ball.
But they're doing a good job on her, make sure that she's okay and healthy before they really allow her any time to get back in there and play.
And they're putting a bandage on that nose, I think. It might have been bleeding again, which is why she had to come out. So, meanwhile, Jessica Jones and Dillard's kind of going back and forth right now. Over to the right wing to Green. Now 4 corners there. Baker swings it to Clayton.
Yeah, they're going to have to start trapping out of this.
Jones now will dribble up and then move back. And now Dillard running the clock. Green inside to Wright, and Wright will lay it in. Good look on the pass inside from Clayton. Kayla Wright scores, and good ball movement by Dillard. They ran very patient offense, and Wright now has 17. And it's a 9-point lead again for Dillard, 45-36. Barlow will track it down their half court. Now she'll drive to the top of the key. Left-handed floater is short. Loose ball rebound, and French had it, but she was out of bounds, and it'll be Dillard ball with 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Any sort of motion stall like that, you have to trap out of it, and you cannot allow the next pass. You always allow the deepest pass because you always have enough time on defense to recover there. And what they had trouble with last time is that stall, is they allowed him to make that next pass.
There's Baker now to Green. Last 30 seconds of the third quarter. Jones.
Dillard's so well coached there. You just see that they practice this. You know, there's moving the ball really well, driving and pitching, trusting each other.
And looks like they were being held for the last shot. Green into the corner to Clayton. Clayton now back to Baker. Now with 13, with 12. Baker, now they'll look to move. Long three instead. It's short by Clayton. Maybe not the shot Pender wanted. Long three-quarters court shot is way off by Madison French, and that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. An interesting quarter. A lot of points, but no difference. It's still a 9-point lead. Dillard led by 9.5. They lead it by 9 at the end of three quarters in this 5A state championship game. It's Dillard 45 and Bartram Trail 36. Marty Palmer along with Coach Will White will return to Lakeland in just a moment. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center. Marty Palmer along with Coach Will White as we head to the fourth quarter of this 5A Girls State Championship game. And in the third period, both teams scored 14 points. So it's still a 9-point lead for Dillard, even though Bartram got it to 6 on a couple of occasions. Dillard's still holding on to a 9-point lead. And the interesting part of the third quarter was of those 14 points, they were all scored by 2 players from Bartram Trail. Melissa Coggins scored 6. Madison French scored 8. Allie Mano did not score at all.
Yeah, those back-to-back threes by Coggin were big.
And they really have kept Bartram Trail in the game, but Dillard's been able to stay ahead as through three quarters, their leading scorer is Kayla Wright with 17. She had 5 in that period. Only player in double figures for the Panthers. And we mentioned the 2 in double figures, French with 12, Coggins with 11 for Bartram Trail. As we head to the fourth quarter here at the Lakeland Center on the FHSAA network. 50% shooting in the second half for Dillard, now at 39% for the game. Bartram Trail also shooting 50% in the second half. They're at 41% for the game. Again, Bartram Trail now with 27 turnovers, 15 for Dillard and 12 assists, 16 steals. They did a good job also sharing the ball around, and rebounds 27-24 in favor of Dillard, and they have a big edge offensive glass 14-5 as Bartram Trail takes a timeout, already in trouble there. So Ben Wendell uses the timeout. He now has 2 remaining on the 30-second timeout, just 6 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, again, the thing that jumps out to me is just shot attempts. Usually, again, you get more shot attempts, you turn the other team over. But Dillard's 44 shot attempts, 47 if you count three-pointers, to Bartram Trail's 32. And Bartram Trail has turned Dillard over 15 times as well, so it's not like it's 27-0, but that's a lot of turnovers. It's every time of those you lose in a possession, a chance to take it in, get the other team in foul trouble. But give Dillard credit. They do what they do really, really well. They trust each other. They use their speed right there.
And almost taken away, and it is by Amber Hanna. So a turnover. Dillard able to get another steal. That's 17 for them in this game. Boy, they've done a good job with the steals. And now up 9, Dillard has the ball. Kayla Wright out near half court. She'll swing it over to Green. Brianna Green now over to the right wing. It's Hanna.
Yeah, Dillard's doing a great job of
Hanna had it taken away, and Coggins with the steal.
I was going to say they were doing some good things, and they just turned it over right there, but of realizing when to push it and when not to push it.
French forced the shot. It's no good. Now Wright on the run out. It's a 2-on-1. Wright will, nice pass back. Wright missed the layup. Wright gets it back, misses the layup again. Boy, Jones looked like she had an easy basket, but she gave it back to Wright instead. Now Chisholm on the other end loses it. Ragland in the lane. She'll throw one up. It's no good. Do we have a blocking foul? Yes, we do. Jones not happy with the call as Ragland went in kind of out of control, but they did call Jones for the blocking foul, her third. And
that's when you're forced to decide as an official if you're going to call a travel, which you really don't want to do right there, but the defense really wasn't. It was just more of a trip. But they usually give the offense the benefit of the doubt there.
Barlow off the inbounds pass drives in. Her shot, though, hits the bottom of the basket, and the ball out of bounds will go back to Dillard. That was the 3rd team foul on Dillard. Both teams with 3 team fouls, so really nobody in foul trouble as we are in the now just under 7 minutes to go here, fourth quarter.
And it must be pretty serious of an injury in the sense over there. Mono is,
She hasn't come back in, and I'm starting to wonder if she's got a bandage on her entire nose at this point. As crossing half court is Dillard. Baker to Jones, now back to Baker. So, yeah, you're right, Coach. You have to wonder if she's done for the day. As a steal again, Ragland on the floor trying to come up with it. Instead, Coggins has it. Now it's a 3-on-1. Coggins misses the shot, though. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Baker. Now Baker will throw it ahead. Jones overthrows Wright. It was wide open. Wright tried to save it. She did. Now to Green. Green back to Jones, and Jones will lay it in. Wow, it was a wild play. Jones gets the basket. She was trying to share the wealth, and she overthrew Kayla Wright. It was wide open.
After the girl fell down last time, it really was a 3-on-0 break that Bartram Trail missed. And then Dillard misses a 2-on-1.
Yep, and Jones with another steal on the court for a turnover. Bartram Trail now with 30 in the game. It's an 11-point lead. As a reverse layup, no good by Jones. Loose ball on the floor. It ends up in the hands of Chisholm, and she has it taken away by Jones. Another Dillard steal. And now a foul near half court on Kelsey Chisholm. That'll be her second.
Yeah, we always say you can never slow dribble in the middle of the court, meaning like right there where the defense is right to you. If you got a breakaway, you can dribble in the middle, but like right there, Bartram Trail got the ball, started to dribble in the middle, then you know the defense is coming. And the defense is always faster than a dribbler, so.
My apologies. Sorry, go ahead. Chisholm did not get the foul. Actually, Dillard took timeout.
I'm so impressed how you guys do your scorebooks with pen. That's some confidence. That's like doing a crossword in pen.
Yeah, I know. I guess I have to mark out things sometimes. But I just like the way it looks. I don't know. It's just, you're right. I mean, in baseball, I probably should definitely use a pencil. But
I did a game with Mike Rideout as well, and he's using,
Mike does. This is how I learned this from. I worked with Mike for 5 years. I've learned kind of how to do score like he does. So, I just, it probably why it looks similar because I've worked with a guy for so long. I just like, hey, it's not a bad idea.
The only thing you got to do is add the highlights for the starters.
Oh, he doesn't do that. I don't do that. I circle them. Yeah, he likes the highlighters. I'm not big on the highlighters, but I get it. 5:50 to go, and again, Bartram struggling again as we start this third quarter. They have yet to score, and Dillard's extending the lead once again as well. But again, the turnovers have been an issue. Dillard just so quick to the ball, and I'm starting to believe we're not going to see Allie Mano at all, as she is now icing her nose, and she might be done, which would be a tough way to end her career in this state championship game. It really hasn't played much of the second half. She's laughing on the sideline, though. It's good to see, but maybe they're giving her a joke about the nose. Is in the game now for Bartram Trail's Caitlin King. And this is Baker. And on the floor, fouled is Jones. She's tripped up.
You can almost start at some point. It's too early for this now, but at some point for Bartram Trail, you got to be thinking, because Dillard does not shoot free throws very well. At some point, you start doing the kind of a hack a player sort of thing.
Ragland gets her fourth foul, so that's a big call. Fourth team foul on Bartram Trail. And now Baker cross to Hannah. Hannah now back to Jessica Jones. Jones cross court to Clayton. Clayton now over to Adams. Glacius Adams back in, now to Baker.
You can tell Dillard's practice this very well. Their spacing is so good.
It's like four corners again.
Yeah, four corner with some back cuts, really showing the hand when they're cutting out to give somebody the situation where they want them to pass them the ball to.
Now Clayton across again to Adams. And they're just kind of passing it back and forth at this point. And Dillard very content to be patient this time as Baker had it taken away and actually goes out of bounds off Jones. So Bartram Trail able to force the turnover.
A lot of people want a shot clock in high school basketball, and I don't. It's so hard. Even like right there, Dillard did a good job, but the defense can always come out and trap. It's a